Hello all, I'm back and continuing on with some of the mini tutorials to help you with utilizing Cricut Design Space. So today I'm going to show you a couple of things that still working on the left hand side of our canvas. We're going to take a look at some text along with shapes. Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how you can use the slice functionality. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a shape and I'm just going to select a square. All right, so there we have a square on our screen. And again, just pointing out what you see with these four little icon buttons on your square here. You have the X in the top left corner, which will close that or delete it. You also have the one on the right, which is your rotate. So if you want it to rotate your image or your text, then you can select that. And then you also have on the bottom right here, you also have this up and down arrow, which will allow you to drag your image or your text up or down. And then on the far left-hand side, you have a lock, and that lock will actually allow you to change this from a two-way arrow to a four-way arrow when you unlock it by allowing you to drag up, down, left, or right. So if I click that lock one time, now I get a four-way arrow, and I can drag my square down, I can drag it across. However, if I come back and I click on the lock, then it changes back to the two-way arrow, and I can't drag it down like I would like. I can only drag it to stretch it out or to bring it in. Okay, so I'm going to go here and click on this undo button here. Just to get it back down to size. All right, so now continuing on, I'm going to unlock my square, and then I am going to bring it over this way. Now I'm going to take some text, and I am going to type in October because that's my birth month. So we're going to say October. All right, so in order to use the slice functionality, which is this option right here that's now grayed out, but once I have two objects grouped together, then I have the ability to activate the slice functionality here on the bottom right-hand side of my screen, the very first option here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to increase the size of October, and then I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to line it up inside of my square here. And I'm going to unlock the font so that I can stretch the size of it down as well. Okay. Now I'm going to group both of these together just by clicking and dragging to highlight them both. And I'm going to go up to the very top here and select Align. And I'm going to select Center. Okay, and that's going to place October in the center of my square here. All right, so now I have that, and so I only have the October and the square on my canvas. So if I now take and highlight them both, and I want to actually slice October into my square. So now you can see that I have them both selected. The slice functionality is now active. So if I click that one time, it's going to give me my slice results here. So if I take and just drag one out, this was our initial October. This is the second layer, and this is the final layer, and this is what I want, okay? So I could take these and I could delete them because this is what I was going for, okay? So now if I were to go in and make this, let's say I wanted to put October on my shirt, then if I wanted to go in and make this, I would click on Make It. You don't have to do any aligning or anything like that. It's all ready to go. The only thing I would want to do is if I was using HTV, which is heat transfer vinyl, I would want to make sure that I select mirror. Okay, and then I would continue. Just make sure the maker's on, and it is. All right, so at this point, you would just select vinyl. If you were using heat transfer vinyl, then I would just select vinyl. And then you would be ready to load your vinyl onto your mat and place it into your machine. Anytime you're using heat transfer vinyl, you want to make sure the shiny side is facing the mat, so it would be face down. And then the matte side or the not so shiny side will be facing you. Okay, so I'm going to click cancel here and hit yes. All right, so I'm going to cancel here. So basically what will happen is the Cricut Maker will cut this out, and it's actually going to have an opening here for all of my letters. So this would be whatever color vinyl I place into the cutting machine, and then this space would be the color of the t-shirt. Okay, now if I wanted to actually add on to that, let's say I wanted to take another shape. And I'm just going to take the sizing from the previous one, 9.194, and I'm just going to unlock this here and select 9.194. And tab over. And then I'm just going to make sure that that one is 3.667. Now they're both the same size. Okay, so I'm just gonna, and it doesn't have to really be because I'm just doing this as a demonstration. So I'm just gonna say center horizontally, and that placed them both lined up really nice and neat. And I'm gonna take another text box, and this time I'm going to put Queen. All right, so again, I am going to unlock my text and I'm going to drag that over just like that. And then if I wanted to change the font, I could go up to the font and let's say I wanted to do something a little bit fancier. I'm going to go with my Autumn font. So let's go here and I'm going to select Autumn in November, which is one of my favorite fonts. Okay. There we go. And just going to bring this up some so that everything is inside of my square. That's one of the things you want to make sure that you do when you're using the slice functionality, is you want to make sure everything is inside of whatever you're going to slice it with. Okay, so we got both of those, and I am going to align it first to make sure that it is Queen is inside of my square, and I'm going to slice. Okay, then I'm just going to drag out what I no longer want. And there we have it. And then you could change this. Let's say you were using a different color vinyl. Okay, so now if you were to click on Make It, you're going to get two mats, one for the red and one for the blue. And the only thing you want to do is to make sure you select Mirror if you're using heat transfer vinyl. And then you would do the same thing, click on Continue. and you would put your red vinyl, shiny side down, on your mat, place it into your cutting machine, select vinyl, load your mat. When it's done, then you would go in and you would do your blue, and you would do the same thing. Okay, so we got our October and our Queen. So that's how you use the slice functionality since we're working here on the left-hand side. I also want to show you that you can also slice with images. So this time I'm going to go this time with a circle, just so you can see the slice functionality along with the circle. So your circle works the same way with your 4 little icons on each side. And I'm going to go to images here on the left, and I'm going to select a butterfly. Okay. And I'm just going to pick a butterfly. I think I kind of like this one. It says I purchased this. I don't remember that because I don't normally purchase stuff since I have the Cricut Access. But if they say I purchased it, then maybe I did. Don't remember it. Cricut may be getting over. Okay, so I'm going to place the butterfly in my circle. And then I'm just going to highlight the 2 of them just to make sure that it is centered. So I'm going to go back to Align and Center. Okay, now that I have them both highlighted, I'm going to select Slice. Now I'm going to move out this middle piece, and I have my butterfly. So you can tell it whatever color you want it. So everything that is sliced, the outside will be the color of the vinyl, and this inside will be the color of whatever t-shirt you place it on. Okay, so now we have October Queen, and then we have this butterfly. You can make it as big or as small as you want it. Ooh, that red back there. Oh, that is giving me life. Ooh, I just did something, y'all. I just did something. All right, let's try this. I'm gonna take a shape and I'm gonna bring it down here. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take a circle. This is how we learn, right? So I'm gonna take a circle. And I'm gonna make it the same size as that circle. So I'm gonna take the measurement 6.194. And then also 6.194. All I'm doing is making the circles match. And then I am going to take and I'm going to take a square. This is taking 2 shapes and slicing. Okay, so basically what I want to do is get this in the center of my circle. So this time, instead of selecting center, I'm going to select center vertically. Not what I wanted. So I'm going to undo and I'm going to highlight them both again and center horizontally, because I want to make sure that it is lined up. And then I'm going to change the shape of my square just so I can see that circle back there. So I am going to right click and say move backward. And I'm going to bring this down to about there. about right there. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight them both and I'm going to slice. Okay. I'm going to delete that. And so now I have a complete circle. And I'm going to make one red. And I'm going to make one blue. And then I'm going to bring them together. And then I'm going to bring that butterfly and center front. Oh, that is pretty. Okay, just showing you some different things that you can do, guys, with the slice functionality. Oh, that is pretty. Again, this is how you learn to be different. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to highlight all three. We're going to go up to align. And we're going to say center horizontally. And there we go. Oh, that is pretty. I like that. All right, so you could take these three that you have here and you can group them so that that's now one and it looked like it was made that way. You could even take and you know, add some words or whatever to it. I think that is really pretty. Okay, so again, I want to go quiet on you guys because when I start playing around with stuff, I will definitely just keep working without saying anything. So I don't want to do that to you. I just wanted to take this time since we're focused on the left hand side and the things that you can do on the left hand side by utilizing your templates, your projects, your images, your text, your shapes and uploading. I just want to focus on that this week to help you guys really get a feel for when you're designing Cricut Design Space, all of the different functionality that you have available to you. You don't always have to, you know, go based off of someone else's image or design that you saw. You can create your own. You saw me just come in here and create something that I really like. But I would keep designing it out until I get it completely where I'm in love with it. But that's utilizing your text along with your shapes and along with slicing as well as your images. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns about what I showed you here, just let me know. I will be more than glad to help you. And for those that are a member of Ken Doris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, thank you so much for being in my group. And for those of you that are not or have not been to my YouTube channel, check me out by searching Doris Edwards on YouTube and like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will continue to add these tutorials. And hey, also let me know in the group what are some other things you'd like for me to show you as well, since we're all learning. All right. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. You know, my motto, as always, is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day. Bye.